Oh, I think he's done that throughout his career. 922 consecutive games.
Hey, Jimmy, what's going on, bud?
Hey, Jamey. How you doing?
How are you? Good, man. How are you?
Good. You ready to do this podcast?
Yeah, whenever. Sorry about that. My kids, they gave me a run for my money tonight.
Okay.
With putting them to sleep and stuff, so I apologize for that.
All right. So we're on right now. Hey, hey, everybody. It's me, Timmy Flyersguy, and I have a very special guest. He is the Flyers beat writer, Jamey Baskow. He's been behind the scenes type of guy. He's seen it all. He's done it all. Welcome to my my podcast.
Hey, Timmy, I'm very happy to come on for you and your following. You have a strong following, and you know what? You're a great guy, and you do awesome work, so I'm here for you, my man. Anytime you need anything, come to me. If anybody, needs absolutely anything, you need a guest or whatever, I'm more than willing to help you out. I'll come on. Like Timmy said, we're fully credentialed with the Flyers, the Phantoms, the Royals. We have inside access, so we try to bring the access to you. Timmy's a great guy. He does great work, and I think everybody should give him a follow.
Thanks, man. So, boys are looking pretty good in the first period.
Yeah, so the first period, Carter Hart once again looked strong in my opinion. He just made a nice save right when we were trying to call each other and whatnot.
Yeah, me too.
The shots are 6-3 right now.
And then move by Baskow. That was a good move right there.
Yeah. NAK has played a very strong game. I'm very impressed with NAK. He's playing that north-south type of game that we saw, a few years ago. Last year was very tough, and stuff like that. I think a lot of players underachieved to improve NAK, but he looks really good tonight. I think finally that AP has lit a fire under his butt and is getting him to play some hockey tonight. Another person that I think looks well, Carter Hart, but I think Oscar Lindblom looks strong again. Had a very good block shot about 5 or 6 minutes ago.
Yeah, me too, and I think Ristolainen looks good, too.
Oh, yeah, so Risto hit everything that moved, like you said,
Yeah.
The one good play that I saw, well, there were many good plays I saw from Ristolainen. The one good play that I saw, and you know what I'm talking about, Timmy, because I think we talked about this in terms of rebounds. He wrapped up Connor Sheary in the first period, prevented him from getting a rebound. And last year, if that same play happened, that would have been in the back of the Flyers net last year. How many times did we see rebound goals last year?
Yeah, we haven't had a badass since Chris Pryor.
Yeah, you're right about that, but it's nice to have one now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
I remember in his interview, he said that I want to be the most hated player on that team.
Yep, absolutely. That's the way he is. He wants people, to hate to play against him. Ristolainen is one of those that when you're on the ice, you have to keep your head up. Don't. He's going to hit you. He's going to barrel you. He's going to smoke you into the board. He might take the glass off. Yeah, Ristolainen is that type of player. What I like, though, was his defense on Saturday, and that doesn't get enough talk about. He's physical. It's great, but he really made some smart plays defensively. Of course, there were one or two plays he was called out, out of position, but I think that happens over the course of the game with all, defensemen, in my opinion. But overall, I thought he played a very sound defensive game, and him and Travis Sanheim appear to be, getting along pretty well with each other.
Yeah, I think so too. I just hope the Flyers can do something with this power play coming up. With this power play they got.
Oh, they will. They will. They will. Keith Yandel will score from the point. I mean, see, that's a player I think we should talk about, Timmy, is Keith Yandel.
Yeah, no.
Yandel has come in and really played well for the Flyers. Yeah.
Yeah, he has. He has that leadership. Great locker room guy too.
Yep, exactly. Yep, yes he does, and he has a shot from the point. And the good thing about Yandel is, and I've said this in podcasts and to include many of my tweets, the problem that you saw with the Flyers last year was they couldn't hit the net from the point.
Yeah.
Now they have players, and risk the line if they want to hit the net. So
yeah.
Overall, he looks better this year.
Last year,
preseason. I know it's only preseason, but we'll see. But
last year was a complicated season. We had guys in and out of the lineup. And that game against the Bruins really turned things around for the Flyers in a bad way. When they went outdoors and played in Lake Tahoe, that was tough to watch.
Yep. It was a nice program. It was great. It was great for the NHL. I think the Flyers got the short end of the stick with Lake Tahoe. I don't think they should have played Lake Tahoe, in my opinion. That's just my personal opinion. And I say that because they were stricken with COVID and they had to rush back, with some positive players and whatnot, and it took longer for them to recover. I'm not making any excuses, Flyers fans, for the season last year. But there were just some things I didn't particularly care for. I didn't think that the Flyers should have played in Lake Tahoe. I thought the Rangers should have played Lake Tahoe, in my opinion. It was great, don't get me wrong. I liked it. I liked the ambiance and whatever. It was nice.
Yeah.
But I just think, with them coming back from COVID, that was right around the time where they had, about 15 or 16 players on the COVID list. And we didn't know who was going to be in the lineup, right? Remember Mark Friedman played forward that day in Lake Tahoe. You remember that?
And then he ended up getting traded to the Penguins.
Yes, yeah. He was placed on waivers, and Hexie scooped him up. You're absolutely correct. Yeah. But we'll have to see. I think that this team will be better than last season. I think I'm confident in saying that. How much better will they be? I don't know. I'm not going to make any predictions. They're in a tough division. You got to figure the New York Islanders are going to be there. The Washington Capitals will be there. The Carolina Hurricanes most likely will be there. The Flyers should be there, but then you got the Penguins too. And the Penguins typically always make the playoffs. From the time that Crosby's been drafted, so it's good.
It's gonna be quite the challenge, but you know what I say? I say bring it on.
Oh yeah, but absolutely, yeah. Well, you're just like I like that. To bring it on, like bring it to broad, right? The same slogan as the Flyers right now, right? So, but it's gonna be interesting because you think that Rangers should be more than last year. The Devils should be more improved than last year.
Yeah.
So you got to factor in those teams somewhere. And I think the Flyers are still ahead of those particular teams, but we'll have to see. It's a very tough division.
Yeah, it is a very tough division. I remember back then it was
top three make
back
playoffs.
Then, if you were in 8th place, you still made the playoffs.
Yep.
So
top three make the playoffs, in each division now. So
it's a lot harder to make the playoffs now.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. There are no easy nights. The Flyers can attest for that from last season, and they should learn from last season. I think that the fans have been patient, even though they've been upset, rightfully so. The Flyers underachieved last year, whether it was COVID or not. They underachieved. So the Flyers fans had every right to be upset over this particular team, for underachieving last year. Now it's time to prove what they were. Because honestly, I thought they were a very good team last year.
Yeah, I did too.
Before the season began.
Yeah.
So I had high expectations. So
the Flyers are not good in shortened seasons. The only time they were ever good in a shortened season was 95.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it has to do with those slow starts. I don't know what it is about the Flyers and slow starts, but it appears year after year they've had slow starts. So AB has hinted at that this year, that he doesn't want to get into slow starts. He hinted at that. Chuck Fletcher is very well aware of that as well. So he changed the dynamic locker room. He changed the players. He changed the core. Now it's time for the players to show Chuck this is a good team. So hopefully they get off to a better start this year.
Yeah, me too. I never seen a Stanley Cup. My dad, may he rest in peace, passed away in 2016.
I'm sorry.
He saw two back-to-back Stanley Cup wins. Me, I've never seen one. And I like to keep the tradition going.
Yeah, well, you know what? Our time is coming, Timmy. The time will come, and we will see it eventually. That's for sure.
Yeah,
whether it's this year, next year, or whatever, we will see it in the coming years.
We almost saw it.
Far down to not to see it, huh?
Oh, sorry about that. What were you saying?
The NFL is back.
2010.
Yeah, 2010.
2010.
That year.
2010. Yeah, we almost saw it in 2010.
Almost. We almost saw it in 1980, 1985, 87, 97, and 2010.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. And you know what? I think our time is coming. In 2010, if Ray Emery was healthy, that's a different series. I guarantee the Flyers win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
If Ray Emery was healthy, the late Ray, may rest in peace. If he was healthy, guaranteed.
Yeah. Leighton was good, but he got lucky. I think it was just luck.
Yep.
With him.
Yep. Yeah, I think so too. He made some really clutch saves though.
Yeah, but that one.
So,
that one
they
goal,
call him leaky.
That one goal, I still remember that. That one goal, and I still see it in my dreams.
Yep. Patrick Kane. Yep.
That goal's been haunting.
Absolutely. Yeah, I do too. I see the same puck go over the shoulder. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It is what it is, right?
Right.
Our time is coming, Timmy. That's all you need. Our time is coming.
October 15th. I can't wait to see the Flyers kick some ass on that ice.
Yep, and they will. They will. You got Ristolainen, who's going to hit everything that moves, You got people that are laying their bodies on the line to block shots and stuff like that. So it's going to be very, very interesting. It's the team should be, near healthy at that particular time in terms of the overall starting lineup. I mean, so let's say things go as planned.
Yeah.
Although they have had some injuries, Wade Allison's a big one.
Yeah, it was a big one. That was a big loss, and the Phantoms had a big loss too with Zay Wisdom. But I'm hearing that he'll be back in December.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I heard that from
his tentative date for returning is sometime in December. Yeah.
Yeah, Samantha Wismer told me about that.
Yep.
I did a podcast with her recently.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
but it's going to be interesting. The Phantoms should be good this year.
Yeah, they should be good.
Yep.
So,
absolutely.
What do you think the worst year for the Flyers was? Was it 06, 07, or what do you think last year?
I'm going to go with the fresh one. I'm going to say last year, and the reason I say last year is because I had very high expectations for this club. I thought that they would go to the Eastern Conference Finals last season, and irregardless of the COVID season or what, shortened season, 56 games or whatever, I just thought I was so very high Flyers. I didn't expect Carter Hart to have the year that he did. And I'm not falling on, deaf ears or whatever, but I didn't expect a regression in Carter Hart that way. So I just thought Carter Hart would come into the season, and it's okay that he did. It's a great no, but I can understand why fans all were upset. So
I think
last year was definitely the worst year.
I think he's gonna be great this year with the defense in front of him.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be much better.
Yeah, I think so too. One can only hope, right? I mean, and I think he will. I think he learned a lot from last year. I think he's going to.
The year prior, the Flyers, they were on a roll. They every shot they took would go in the net. Every single shot would go in that net. They were on a roll in March. Then COVID hit, and then boom, like a brick wall. It all ended. And I was without hockey for several months.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was a conditioning thing when they came back from COVID that may have hurt, some wins and stuff. The Flyers very struggled when they returned from COVID. I don't know what happened and whatever. I don't know if too long of a layoff or what for them to get the ball rolling again. But yeah, you are right. They didn't return very good at all.
No, they didn't. And I expected a lot from them in the playoffs. I mean, we played the Canadians.
Yep.
They got close to eliminating us. We barely won that series. And then when we played the Islanders, the Flyers kept having consecutive overtime wins. And I really think that tired them out. And I think they ran out of magic.
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of those things that it gave a lot of young kids, experience and stuff. Like, for instance, Joel Farabee experiencing the playoffs and stuff. Carter Hart experiencing his first playoff. It gave the young guys, some experience, in terms of playoff atmosphere. So I just think that this team is too far talented not to make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, me too.
So, and they should at least, at the very least, make the playoffs.
Yeah, I go on.
But we'll see.
I go on Facebook a lot, and a lot of people they criticize the Flyers, even though it's preseason. But people just need to learn to be a little patient. We want the Flyers.
Yep.
AB really wants to get things working well. So it takes a while, but I think they'll get it. That series against the Islanders.
I do too.
Series against the Islanders reminded me so much of that Tampa series. Flyers won Game 6, lost Game 7 in Tampa.
Yep.
But we had a lot of
Tampa series was heartbreaking too.
A lot of injuries. Marcus Ragnarsson, that was a big loss.
Yeah. But they got some clutch goals, and stuff like that. That was good, and right now, who do the Flyers have that they can rely on for clutch goals? That's going to be interesting to see who steps up. Simone Gagne was phenomenal with clutch goals. We had multiple ones, in that Tampa series alone. With the Flyers, I guess goalkeepers, maybe Paul Giroux, could have a clutch goal. Sean Couturier could have a clutch goal. It'd be kind of interesting if they make the playoffs to see who becomes that clutch playoff.
I really think Giroux is going to have a good season. He's got a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah.
And when he has a lot of pressure on him, he produces.
Yeah, he plays better, yeah. Yeah, I really like Claude Giroux. I've always liked him. I think he's a phenomenal hockey player. I think he's really good at what he does. And I expect a good season. He looks determined. He's come to camp in great shape.
Yeah.
I think he's ready to go.
I hope they re-sign him, because I know they said they weren't going to re-sign him next year. But if he plays well, they might have to do some reconsidering.
Yeah, he will be re-signed, in my opinion. I don't think that they'll let the captain walk. That is number one priority, and they should have approximately around $15.5 million in cap space to re-sign him.
Yeah, we haven't.
And they'll have to re-sign Rasmus Ristolainen.
We haven't had a good captain since Pronger, and Bobby Clark. Bobby Clark as well. I mean, Eric Lindros.
Pronger was a phenomenal captain.
Lindros was a great captain, but he was very injury prone.
He was.
Yeah.
It was a very unfortunate situation. Very unfortunate. I don't wish that on anybody. And, I mean, he's still a phenomenal player. I would just like to have seen his numbers if he was 100% healthy.
Yeah, me too. But I think he's doing fine now. He's doing fine now.
Yep.
Looks like.
Yep.
And
yes, he is.
In your opinion,
he still gets on the ice every now and then.
Do you think that was a dirty hit by Scott Stevens, or do you think it was a clean hit?
At the time, I thought it was dirty, but the more I look at it, it looked like at that particular time, it looked like a hockey play.
Yeah, I think Lindros.
Unfortunately, Eric had his head down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
he had his head down, and Scott Stevens called him napping. That was a good hockey play. Nowadays, but in today's game, would that have been a penalty? Probably that would have been a penalty, and would have been thrown out of the game and stuff like that, because that's like one of those bang bang plays. But at the time, that was a clean hit.
Yeah. So when did you start becoming a Flyers beat writer? What inspired you to be a Flyers beat writer?
I started about 7 years ago, and the reason I started was because I wanted to give honest coverage for Flyers fans. I saw some things from different outlets and stuff that were constantly false, and I didn't care for that. So I wanted to give the most honest coverage as possible. I wanted to be as Flyers fans have come to know me as being positive and whatnot, and I just think it's a different way of showcasing the sport in a good way.
Yeah,
I'll call the team out when I have to, but Flyers fans got me involved into writing.
Yeah, and I think we need more positive Flyers fans.
Yeah, I mean, this team is definitely going to be far better than last year. That I will go on record on saying for sure.
Yeah.
And, I mean, these are preseason games. This is time to shake off the rust. So, irregardless of what happens, if they lose 3-0, 4-0, if they lose 3-1, I just want them to play, as hard as they can.
I want them to at least show the effort, go out there and try, and work their asses off night after night, even if they don't win.
Yep, I agree 100%. Last year we didn't see that, so let's hope we do this year.
We didn't see that.
Right.
So
I appreciate you letting me come on, Timmy.
Oh, you're welcome. I got a few more questions. Who is your all-time favorite Flyer?
My all-time favorite would have to be the Big E, Eric Lindros. He changed the face of this franchise.
Yeah, me too.
He got me involved in the sport of hockey when the Flyers announced that trade. I instantly became a fan. I don't know why, but I instantly became a fan. So I'd have to say Eric Lindros. He was just a dominant force. The guy is an absolute beast. And like I said, I would love to see his numbers at 100% healthy.
He really helped. He helped the Flyers out a lot because in 1990 the Flyers were terrible. The Flyers were terrible, and then Airplane Girls came on.
They were.
He turned. It was like a switch was flipped.
See, that was the thing about Eric Lindgren. He's the most dominant player that I've ever seen play. And I say that because he was very physical, but he was so skilled offensively. I just haven't seen a player like that in a long time that had all the attributes, checked off. That's why I would have loved to have seen his numbers at 100% healthy. I just haven't seen that type of dominant player. I've seen Gretzky play, but that was sort of the later ends of his career, and stuff like that. Yes, he was phenomenal. He was a great player, don't get me wrong. But, the Big E, he was physical. He could hit. He could score. He just made crisp tape-to-tape passes and just knocked people on their butts. And plus, he was a good skater, too.
I really think that Red Wings series, that really hurt him. It really hurt him emotionally because that was a tough series. We thought that we were going to go in there and we were going to win the Stanley Cup. It didn't happen, unfortunately, but what a season that was.
Yeah, it was a great season, and if we could go back in time, maybe they would have sat out the Big E more.
Yeah. We could have had. There's a debate. People were saying that maybe we could have been better off if we had Forsberg at a young age. But
Jeez, yeah. Now we're talking.
Yeah. We had to give up a lot.
Forsberg's a very good player. Forsberg, he had those feet issues. If he didn't have those foot issues or whatever that nature, he could have been an even better player than what he was. I would have liked to have seen him at 100% healthy too.
Yeah,
There's just been so many good players that have been decimated due to injury. It's been a shame, to be honest.
Yeah, I still remember that day the Flyers signed Forsberg. And I was screaming. I was like, oh my God, they signed Forsberg. I was jumping up and down. I was like, oh my God. And then there was...
It was a good signing.
There was the year after when he got traded for Scotty Upshaw and Ryan Parent. That was a tough night. And it was right before they were going to play the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Mm-hmm.
And that shocked me. I was like,
a
trade right before a game. Never saw that coming.
Forsberg was a very good player, man. He could shake and bake with the best of them,
Yeah.
He would go around and make these crazy shootout goals, right? Do wrap it around the goalie somehow, and he's in the front. He's very crazy. His moves that he had very slick moves. If he just didn't have those feet issues, foot issues, oh man, imagine the player he would have been.
So what were your thoughts on the comeback against the Boston Bruins in 2010?
I thought it was a heck of a comeback. Honestly, I thought they were dead in the water when they're down 3-0.
I did
honestly,
too.
I'm going to be honest, I thought they would have lost the series maybe in 6. I thought they maybe would have lost the series in 6, but that was one heck of a comeback, and that's what I mean. Flyers, it's hard for me to see who the clutch goal scorer is, like Gagne. Like, how many clutch goals did he score against Boston, And of course, who is that guy now,
Yeah.
I mean, who is the guy that could score at will? I guess Cam Atkinson, because he's first shoot mentality.
Yeah, but
Sean Couturier, because he's such a very good player. Or, Claude Giroux. JVR will pop 25 to 30. But they need that clutch goal scorer in the playoffs.
Yeah, I like what I see when Cam Atkinson's out there. He makes some good plays. I mean, he almost scored on the breakaway. Almost got a second chance on the breakaway. Almost buried it.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Cam is he's going to have a lot of maintenance days because he plays very hard.
Yeah, he's a very hard player. I seen what he could do in Columbus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's very good player. Very good. Yep. Absolutely.
He was quite the thorn in our side when we played Columbus.
Yep.
But now we got him, so hopefully he plays good. Hopefully he has a good season. I'd like to see him get maybe 20 goals, maybe 30. I don't know.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. So I remember that day when the Flyers played the Bruins in Game 7, down 3-0. They managed to come back. I still remember Laviolette's famous timeout. He was telling the Flyers, this game isn't over. You just need to get one, and then you have a chance. I was in the hospital.
Crazy, ain't it? What one play? One timeout.
In the emergency room that day because my potassium was very high, and I got to see the game. And I remember, luckily I got to go home that day. And I remember when I was in the hospital and I saw that game. Good save my heart, by the way. When I saw that game, I remember when Gagne scored the game-winning goal. I was screaming, and my heart rate went up, and all the nurses came in, and my dad was explaining the Flyers just scored.
They were probably like, what is going on?
Yeah. Luckily, I went home that day. And I got ready for the next season, next series against the Canadiens. What a great series. Flyers dominated the Montreal Canadiens in this series.
Yeah, they won in 5, I think, right?
Oh, yeah. They won in 5.
Yeah. And that's what I mean. Simone Gagne was one of the most clutchest playoff performers in Flyers history. And, I'm not was the most, but he was one of the most. And I just don't know if the Flyers have that. Like Danny Briere, you can count on for those big olds too, So.
Yeah, Danny Briere. Little guy, big heart.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, I miss Danny Briere.
Yeah, I'm happy he's still with the organization in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, me too.
But he's doing a heck of a job with Maine in the ECHL.
Oh, yeah, the Maine Mariners.
Mm-hmm.
The former...
Maine Mariners,
The former minor league team of Philadelphia Flyers.
Yep. Man, you really know some hockey.
Yeah. I learned a lot from my dad.
Yeah, your dad seems to be a great guy, Timmy. I'm going to say prayers and thoughts for you tonight and your family.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it was tough. But, he's looking down on me from heaven right now, and he's hoping the Flyers kick some ass.
Oh, they will. They will. And they will do it for your dad, for sure.
I hope so.
They will. They're going to play very well this year. You watch.
Oscar Lindblom, I'm so glad that he passed his second cancer test. He's cancer-free again.
Yeah. Yeah, thank God. Thank God. He means a lot to this organization. He means a lot to this city. He means a lot to that team.
Yeah, and I think he's going to have one hell of a season.
He will. Yeah, I think he'll be back, and I think he should pot 20 goals.
This looks like a very defensive game right now. Nothing has gotten past Carter Hart, and nothing has gotten past Swayman. So it's a pretty defensive game right now. I really hope
plays in the Flyers' benefit, right?
Yeah, I really hope that they finally choose a goal song.
They will, and it's going to be called "Rockin' from Timmy."
Oh yeah, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, I can't wait for this season to start. I'm fired up, you know. I don't get fired up. I stay fired up.
Oh man, that's what I'm talking about. We need more people like you. We need more people like you. You know, if they win the Stanley Cup, Timmy, we're gonna climb Billy Penn together.
Oh yeah. And actually, this time, if they win the cup, we're putting the jersey on them, and not before we win the cup, because I think that's what cost us the series against Detroit. Somebody got a little too
the curse,
too
right?
ahead of themselves.
Yeah, yeah. We'll leave it alone, right? Just keep Billy Penn up there.
So, what are your expectations for this season? Who do you think is going to have the best season this year?
I think Sean Couturier is going to put forth a phenomenal year. He's a really good player. He's a Selkie Trophy. I believe the Flyers make the playoffs.
Yeah, me too. I'm really worried about Tampa Bay. They won 2 Stanley Cups. They're like the NHL's juggernauts right now.
Yep. Yes, they are. Yeah. Yeah.
I know you don't. I'm not sure if you watch wrestling, but I would have to say Tampa Bay are like the Brock Lesnar's of the NHL.
Yeah, I haven't watched wrestling in a long time. You know, it's gotten a lot different, so I steer clear of wrestling. I used to watch it as a kid every day.
I think this Jackson Cates looks good.
Yeah, I like Cates. I like his brother too. His brother Noah, he plays for University of Minnesota Duluth, so look out for him. But Jackson, he's played for the Phantoms this year. He looks good.
Yeah.
He's a good player.
I think the Flyers are going to be good.
He's another one. He could skate. He's got some talent. He could pass with the best of them. That's what his niche was.
I think
Minnesota Duluth. But he can pot a big goal.
Yeah, that sounds good. I hope the Flyers, I hope they draft them. Yeah. They will. They'll sign Noah. You don't have to worry about that. So I think that the Flyers,
that's for sure.
The Flyers are gonna have a good season. The Phantoms are gonna have a good season, and I think the Royals are gonna have a good season as well. So it was
man, the trifecta. I love it, Timmy.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I agree.
So it was good talking to you.
I agree. All three are gonna make the playoffs.
So it was good talking to you. Thank you for joining me on the Timmy Flyersguy podcast. Everyone, this is Jamey Baskow. Follow him on Twitter. He really knows his stuff. And
yeah, thanks a lot, Timmy. I can't thank you enough for allowing me to come on.
You're welcome. This video will be.
You do a great job.
This video will be out. This podcast episode will be out on out tomorrow. So everyone, please check it out, and let's go Flyers, let's go Phantoms, and let's go Royals. Everybody have a wonderfully gritty day. Let's go Flyers. Let's kick some ass. Thank you for joining me. Here we go.
You're welcome, buddy.